Deep inside Amsterdam's Art-Zoo Museum, sitting on a rock behind steel cage bars, is a small, teal-colored handbag. It goes to auction next month with an estimated starting price of $500,000. The creators, a coalition of biotech startups and marketing agencies, claim the price tag is justified entirely by the material. They state they extracted fossilized collagen sequences from an actual 66-million-year-old Tyrannosaurus rex to literally grow prehistoric leather. According to their release, they took fragmented genetic sequences found in American fossils, reconstructed a complete collagen blueprint, and inserted that fully synthesized DNA into a carrier cell line to produce the raw material. So we have to ask, did a team of startups actually achieve a material science breakthrough by resurrecting dinosaur tissue, or is this simply an incredibly expensive marketing stunt? To answer that, we need to look at how biological information breaks down over time. DNA is incredibly fragile, and the moment an organism dies, its genetic code begins to fragment and degrade. This timeline visualization shows the hard mathematical limits of that decay. The oldest DNA fragments ever recovered by scientists are roughly 1.6 million years old. The T-Rex went extinct 66 million years ago. Its genetic blueprint is completely gone. Back in 2007, a study did claim to find soft tissue collagen in a T-Rex fossil. But over the years, the scientific consensus has settled on a much simpler explanation for that finding. The lab equipment was likely contaminated by modern ostriches and alligators. What the creators of this bag are actually doing is isolating the genetic sequences for type 1 collagen from the T-Rex's closest living relatives, namely chickens. They take those modern sequences, insert them into a custom bio-leather cell line, and let those cells multiply and culture to synthesize the necessary proteins. The handbag is a genetic illusion built on poultry DNA. However, the underlying technology making it possible, cellular agriculture, is a very real innovation designed to address a massive global crisis. The global textile industry is operating on an outdated and highly destructive system of mass production. Since the Industrial Revolution, manufacturing has relied on a heat, beat, and treat model, a linear process that demands endless resource extraction with little regard for the ecological cost. Today, that model results in staggering volumes of waste. In countries like the UK, the average person throws away nearly 40 kilograms of clothing and textiles every single year. The strain on natural resources is immense. Farming the cotton required to meet this global demand consumes roughly 10% of all agricultural pesticides and 22% of all insecticides worldwide. And producing traditional animal leather discharges billions of tons of waste and highly toxic chemical runoff into local ecosystems and waterways. The fashion industry has drifted from making worlds to breaking them. To survive on a finite planet, it has to move beyond the mechanical factory and start working with living systems. This is where biotechnology offers a way out. We're seeing a shift toward grow-made textiles, where biological systems take over the role traditionally held by heavy machinery. Scientists are actively domesticating biotechnology. By reprogramming the genetic code of living microbes, yeast, and bacteria, these microscopic organisms operate as autonomous factories. Culturing materials in a lab eliminates the need to slaughter animals. It bypasses the deforestation required for massive grazing lands, and it removes the heavy, toxic chemicals needed to treat and preserve natural hides. This brings us back to the dinosaur bag. In the design world, there is a practice known as speculative design, creating objects meant to challenge our assumptions and start realistic debates about emerging technologies. The bag was never intended to be a mass-market commercial product. It exists as a physical provocation, forcing designers and consumers to completely reimagine the limits of what we consider raw material. We can now manipulate cellular biology to synthesize a luxury handbag that mimics a predator extinct for 66 million years. That means we already possess the technology to sustainably replace the everyday materials that are currently exhausting the planet.